Are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. That's right. The city of Manchester is red once again as United do the double of a Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. But what has that done for the race for the top four? Well, we're going to take a live look at it right here on YouTube. What are we, Bianca? We are live. Let's go for it. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're taking a look at match day number 30 out in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, which will not be in the Premier League, but Premier League related, world football related. We're going to all hear under Warowski. That's right. Now, before we jump into match day number 30, I've got something for you, folks. I've got something. If I could just figure it all out myself. This old stupid OBS. Got a bit of a Patreon update, boys and girls. We have a Patreon update, boys and girls. I have Patreon number 10 confirmed. It happened today. So big shout out to Daniel Mellor, who is now a Patreon number 10 in the VIP exclusive gang of Patrons for the channel. So respect to my brother. Yes, welcome to the gang. He joins the likes of Russell Frost, Loco Drinker, Tom Barrister, Tom Clark, the legend John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, Constable 1976, Mitchell Schoen, and Cody Cahoe, boys and girls. So if you want to join that illustrious VIP gang of patrons, there is a link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. For the price of a bottle of water, Snickers, chocolate bar, whatever you want to call it. You can become exclusive VIP member. Put a smile on my face, and I'll be forever in your debt. So, hello, big shout out to Bianca Muller, Kevin Wright, Mr. OPP, Danny Klinger. They're all in there. They're all here, boys and girls, for the live prediction show on the old YouTube. Now, we're going to jump into it now and take a little look at La Prem de la Prem. Now, I've got another Brucey bonus for you. We are going to look at 11. I don't know why I gave you 7, but I'm going to give you 11 predictions today because we have an extra fixture, and it is tomorrow. That's why the live stream is today. So, Stu Murray is in the house. My old brother-in-law. Say hello to my old brother-in-law. He's watching, make sure I don't swear, that he could snitch on my sister and then tell my parents. So, Stu Murray is in the house. He must be in bed. It's late. It's late, Stu. Go to bed. So, let's get go, folks, and see how we all got on last time around in the old gang then, shall we? This is the criteria. That's wrong. It should be 0 to 3. Obviously, these are the last time out. 3 to 5, 6 plus, you're in the top banana. So you might get away with it today. You might get away with it. So this is how I got on last time out. Liverpool did beat Bournemouth 2-1. I actually saw 3 goals in this one myself. I went with a 3-0 win for Liverpool. Arsenal did beat West Ham 1-0. I went with a 2-1 win in favour of Arsenal. So back-to-back correct results in a way there for me. Not too shabby there. Palace did beat Watford 1-0. I went with the old Vicarage Road bad boys, but unfortunately that was wrong. So 2-1 was wrong. Sheffield United continued their amazing season. 1-0 winners over relegation doomed, threatened Norwich City. I went with a 2-0 win for the Blades, but ultimately it was the right result. The Geordies picked up a massive away win for them. 1-0 at St Mary's. I went with the Saints on this one, 3-0. So that was wrong. Bit of a surprise that Molyneux, it all ended up 0-0, ball draw there. Actually went with a 2-0 win for the Wanderers, but unfortunately wrong. Them six-fingered banjo-playing weirdos. That's right, Stuart, you know what I'm talking about. Burnley, that's right, they drew with Tottenham at home down at Turdmore with their 6 fingers and all them weird stuff that goes on in Burnley. 2-1 for me for Spurs. I went with Mourinho's boys, but Ginger Mourinho got a share of the spoils on that bad boy. Chelsea did batter. They battered Ancelotti's boys. Oh my goodness, what a spanking that was. 4-0 in the end. I did see 4 goals in it. I got my crystal balls going. I did see 4 goals in it, but I went with a 2-2 in the end, so wrong. And as I said at the top of the show, United beat Manchester City to turn the city red against my better judgment. I went with a 3-2 win. I saw United scoring 2 goals, but I actually saw Manchester City scoring 3, and they're right at the bottom there. A bit of a derby as well. Leicester City put 4. That's right. You can count them on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4 goals past Aston Villa. I actually saw 4 goals in it as well. I went with a 3-1 win for Leicester City. And after all that, I did 4, which which should be straight-faced gang, and it would be straight-faced gang in the old scoring. So let's have a look at what's going on in there. I need to go back to my prediction from that game coming up. That's what Bianca says. Dominic Thomas says, finally, why not here when it's live? Good sunshine. It's late. I know. I'm sorry. But we have to go with this time. So let's take a look at how you guys got on, eh? So we're going to start with Amaji Monday. He did okay. He did absolutely terrible as well. Miles Austin did all right for himself. Shane O'Donnell, not too shabby as well. Brad Petford did all right. Riz Ratesh did okay for him or herself. We are QPR, not too shabby as well. Blue FC, give him a round of applause, brothers. He did absolutely tip-top there. Chasang Love did all right for himself as well. Ebby Ebson, he did all right, or she did all right. Vincent Hung did absolutely not too shabby as well. West Ham Cyber Leader, not too bad as well. Andrew Walters did absolutely honking, forget about it. Move on to the next one. Carl BTW, he did all right for himself. Okay, didn't do okay, he absolutely did pants. X2619 did all right for himself. Yannick Bustler did absolutely honking. Paul 8710 did also absolutely honking. Now with the guys with the red faces, I did give you the red faces with the criteria, the original criteria, not the 0 to 2 criteria. I'm talking about the 0 to 3, 0 to 4 criteria. That's why you're getting the red face. So you more than likely did get more than 2 right, but you know, I just didn't change that graphic. Anyway, Lightning Blade 42420 did all right. Russell Frost, Le Patreon, he did all right for himself as well. Christian04 did absolutely honking. Mitchell Show did all right for himself as a patron as well, not too shabby. Sanders, not too shabby. Byron Smith did all right for himself. LG and Cow, friend of the show, he did all right for himself as well. Moving on to the last screen here, see if you can catch a name in there. Nareen Kadanka did all right for his or herself. Lucas Jones did absolutely honk. He's a Leeds man. He's bottling it. Bear Hoagie, round of applause for you, brother. Well done. Nathan Heaver, the Kiwi, the Purple Hazer from Down Under. He did all right for himself. Zane B. Now, as a New Zealander, did they call themselves from Down Under? Did they say that? Or was it just in regards to Australians? Anyway, Zane B did all right. Bianca Muller, there you are. You did all right for yourself. Not too shabby as well. Harrison Crane did okay. Yao for VMPP did all right for himself. William AFCB, I think I see him in the chat. He might be live. And he did all right for himself as well. Keith Adams did absolutely terrible. Forget about it. Mohammed Nuru did absolutely, not too shabby as well. Noko Drinker, the patron down the bottom there, did all right for his self. And Christine Manning did all right. Bob Roller did okay. And Cody Coho, he did absolutely terrible. Forget about it, brother. Forget about it. Move on to the next one. So, why do a lot of people think my profile pic is Gunduzi? It's Chong, he says. It's Chong. We'll allow it. LG and Cow in the house. Stuart Murray with the trophies and his 6 fingers that he started to grow. So this is what the current table looks like in the Premier League. It is Liverpool's at the moment. Obviously, they're not gonna blow it. Imagine if they blew it. That would be. Imagine if the coronavirus put a stop to the Premier League and they said, nope, void. That would really put the cat amongst the pigeons. Manchester City are in second. Look good at the moment. They got a game in hand, and we'll talk about that game in hand next. Leicester City are in third. They look good against Aston Villa. Chelsea did look good as well against Everton as well. Man United did bits as well against Manchester City to move within 3 points once again of the top 4. Down the bottom is Norwich, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth going down. But look how tight it is. Watford, West Ham still in the mix. Brighton in the conversation as well. Realistically, I think it's between 15th downwards that could be getting themselves relegated. I think Norwich are doomed. Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Watford, West Ham, Brighton, they're the teams I think that are going to be realistically thinking about relegation and the Championship and coming to Ewood Park next season when they take on Blackburn Rovers. Anyway, let's talk about it, folks. We're going to start with the game in hand, which is Manchester City up against Arsenal. That does take place tomorrow. This is a Brucey bonus, folks. I don't know if I've included it in the description, but anyway, it's here. And we're going to talk about that one live right here, right now. So get your predictions in, nice and early. Bianca says she's better with the Bundesliga, but she's going to have a crack at the Premier League, I bet. Anyway, so let's talk about it. Manchester City up against Arsenal. This is a big 4 encounter on the grand scheme of things. Obviously, Arsenal having an absolute nightmare season. Manchester City doing bits in second spot. But realistically, they're just not good enough. However, the last 6 encounters between Manchester City and Arsenal have all gone in favour of Manchester City. They played at the Emirates earlier in the season. It was a 3-0 win for Manchester City in the end with De Bruyne with a brace. Sterling, that was back in December as well. However, the last time they played at the Etihad back in February last year, it was a 3-1 win going in favour of Manchester City with Aguero with a hat-trick. In fact, the last 6 encounters at I always get the Etihad and the Emirates mixed up, but the last 6 encounters at the Etihad sees 4 wins for City, 1 win for Arsenal and 1 draw. That win for Arsenal was back in 2005 with Cazorla and Giroud on the score sheet. So they'll be hoping to get something a bit along those lines. City have actually won 28 of their last 33 home matches in the Premier League. Arsenal have actually drawn their last 5 away matches. whereas City have won the last 6 matches against Arsenal in all competitions. So let's take a look at the bookies odds on this one. 10-3 on in favour of Manchester City. Red hot favourites. 5-1 is the draw. 15-2 is the away win. Obviously, Arsenal are in mid-table at the moment, but unbeaten in 6 games at least. 3 wins on the spin, though, in the league. And a win for them could see him rise to 6th in the table. Cam, thank you for the little super chat, little donation. I like it. That's my brother right there. Thank you. Big shout out to Cam. He's my new best mate. But anyway, win for Arsenal. They could jump from 9th to 8th and overtake Spurs. At the moment, Manchester City are in 2nd. Obviously, nowhere near Liverpool, but realistically, they've just got to maintain their gap over Leicester City, which is 4 points at the moment. But a win could put it 7. Let's have a look at what you guys are thinking. We're going to start with James Mullet with a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Dominic Thomas going with the same scoreline as well. Lenny plays with a 2-0 win as well. Just need one more result to get the right. Okay. Russell Frost, the patron in the house with a 3-2 win for City. Darren Warburton, Ledge, 3-1 win for City. Josh Henderson with a 3-2 win for Arsenal as well. LG and Cal's gone with City 2-1 in the end. Cam A, my brother, for a 3-1 win for Manchester City. Stuart Murray's gone with a home win. And Bianca Mull's gone with a 3-1 win in favour of the hosts. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-0 win for City. Dominic Thomas says Mahrez will score tomorrow. Edgar Samuel with a 2-2 draw. Mr. OPP with a 3-1 win for City. And Wallace 7, welcome to the stream, brother. Arsenal Spurs fighting for 8th. It is a joke. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to stick with City on this one myself, but I've gone with the Barnstorm. I've gone with a 5-goal belter in favour of Manchester City. Obviously, Aubameyang scoring goals. Arteta going back to his old gaffer. He knows his tricks of the trade. So we'll give him a game, but I think Manchester City will get the result in the end. Bajangi Dangle, cool name. 2-1 winners for Arsenal on that one. On to the next games. Over to Saturday now. It is Watford up against Leicester. This is the Nigel Pearson derby. That's right. Obviously, the current gaffer of Watford, formerly manager of Leicester, taking on his old boys at Vicarage Road this Saturday. So let's take a closer look at that game, shall we? The last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Watford, 4 wins for the former Premier League winners, Leicester City. They did play at the King Power early in the season, about December time. It was a 2-0 win. Leicester coming out on top. Vardy and Maddison on score sheet. The last time they played at Vicarage Road was around about this time last year. It was around about 3rd of March. 2-1 winners for Watford. Troy Deeney, Andre Gray with a Jamie Vardy consolation goal for Leicester. Heading into this, Watford have actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 home matches, so they'll fancy their chances as well. And they've also scored at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 home matches as well. So they're pretty savvy at home. So the bookmakers odds 2-1 in favour of Watford, 5-2 for the draw. 5-4 is the away win for Leicester. So Leicester just edge it with the bookies. Obviously Leicester coming into this 3rd in the table. Depending on what goes on tomorrow with the Manchester City game, they could potentially be 4 or 7 or maybe 5 points adrift of Manchester City. But a win away. A win against Watford on Saturday could move them a little bit closer, obviously. The gap between Leicester in 3rd and Chelsea are 4th is 5 points at the moment, so they should remain in 3rd no matter what goes on this time out. So Watford in 17th, a win for them. Could see them rise a few spots up to 15th above Brighton. Their form is absolutely shit at the moment with just 1 win in the past 6, whereas Leicester come into this 1 win in the past 5. Obviously, they beat Villa last time out, but before that was 4 games without a win. So what are you guys thinking about that bad boy, shall we? We'll have a look at Mr. OPP with a 2-1 win for Leicester. James Muller with a 2-1 win for Leicester as well. Lenny plays same scoreline going in favour of Leicester. Cameron Wright with a 2-0 win for City. LG and Cal's got a 4-1 win for Leicester. Wallace 7 with a 2-1 win for Leicester. Russell Frost Patron with a 2-0 win for Leicester. Darren Warburton 2-1 win as well for Leicester City. Dominic Thomas with the 1-1 draw. Draw sounds about right in my eyes. Edgar Samuel with a 3-1 win for Watford. James Muller 2-1 win for Leicester. Josh Henson with a 4-1 win for Leicester. Homanji Wanmi, there's all the good names are coming out today. 1-1 draw. Bianca Muller with a 2-1 win for Leicester. Cam A, my brother. Leicester win 1-0. Kevin Wright. Watford will be relegated. Heck no, take that back. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-1 win for Leicester. Dominic Thomas reckons Brighton, Villa and Norwich are going down. And Tom Beresford, Le Patreon with a 5-goal belter. Leicester City 3, Watford 2. I can't remember where I went on this one. I think I might have gone for Watford because I've got a soft spot for Watford. 2-2 in the end, that's what I went with. A point will probably do Watford a little bit of juice, but it's not going to do much for Leicester to strengthen that 3rd spot in the old Champions League race. Next up we have Bournemouth against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace sitting nice at the moment in mid-table, 11th at the moment. 3 wins on the spin, up against a Bournemouth side who are in the relegation zone as it stands with 4 games winless. So let's take a look at this game a little bit closer. What's the records like? The last 6 encounters have seen 1 win for Bournemouth, 3 wins for Palace, 2 draws along the way. They played at Selhurst Park back in December. It was a 1-0 win. Jeffrey Schlupp. I remember the days when Jeffrey Schlupp, I think he was at Leicester. He was linked to go to Manchester United. That was when Fergie was in charge. He was actually linked to go there. I think he might have gone in on trial. So I was thinking he was going to be the next best thing, but he never went. And he stayed with Leicester. Anyway, on that same occasion, in the 1-0 result against Bournemouth, Mamadou Sakho got himself sent off. The last time he played, though, at the Vitality, it was a 2-1 win in favour of Bournemouth. That was around about October 2018. Brooks and Stanislas on the score sheet. Patrick Van Arnholt as well on the score sheet for Palace. Palace have actually kept a clean sheet in their last 3 matches, and have actually won those last 3 matches as well. So they're tough to beat. Let's take a closer look at Bournemouth's last few home games. However, their recent run of form is pretty woeful. However, the last 4 home matches for Bournemouth have seen just 1 defeat. That was against Arsenal, picking up a draw against Chelsea, a win against Villa, and a win against Bournemouth. The bookmakers on this sucker, they've got 11-8 for Bournemouth, 12-5 is the draw, 15-8 is the away win. A win for Bournemouth in 18th, could see them rise above Brighton in 15th. A win for Leicester, a win for Crystal Palace in 11th, could see them rise into the top 8 and above Tottenham, knocking on the door for Champions League football, or at least Europa League football as well. Let's go have a look at what you guys think of in the old chats. We're going to start with, on this one, we're going to start with Keith Adams. No, Keith Adams 2-1 with the last one. Wallace 7 with a 1-1 draw. Keith Adams with a 1-0 win going in favour of the host. That's Bournemouth. Mr. OP's gone with Bournemouth as well. Tom Bressel, the Patreon, with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Dominic Thomas with a 1-1 draw. Same with Lenny Plays. Russell Frost, La Patreon, with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Bianca Monaco goes with a 1-1 draw. LG and Cat with a 2-0 win for the Cherries. Darren Warburton's gone with a 1-0 win for Palace. Mitchell Schoen is in the house. Respect to my brother. Hong Mang Wen Man Mi is gone with a 2-1 win for Palace. Cam A with a 2-0 win for Palace as well. Edgar Samuel with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Mitchell Schoen 2-1 win for City. I don't know where that one is. That must be Manchester City. You're playing catch up. James Miller with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Mitchell Schoen with a 3-0 win for Leicester. Again playing catch up. Shane O'Donnell with a 1-1 draw. Mitchell Schoen with a 3-2 win for Bournemouth. There you go. And Mr. OP with a 1-0 win for Bournemouth. Goodness gracious me. That's me all caught up. Bianca's given her relegation outlooks, and Promise Fabian, welcome to the stream, my brother. So I'm going to go with, on this one, I think I went with the Cherries. Yes, I did. 2-1 win for Bournemouth. That'll give them a big old boost in the relegation dogfight, but it's still wide open between who will go down. So next up we have Brighton up against Arsenal. Now Brighton come into this on the back of that draw against Wolves over at Molineux, but this time they host Arsenal at the Amex. Obviously, Arsenal coming into this game on the back of, in my eyes, a defeat against Manchester City, but we'll have to wait and see. The last 6 encounters between Brighton and Arsenal have, if I can get my moose over there, have been 2 wins for Brighton, 2 wins for Arsenal, and 2 draws. They played at the Emirates earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Brighton. Webster and Maupay on the score sheet, 2 new additions to Brighton this year. Lacazette with the 1-0 goal for Arsenal. The last time they played at the Amex, it was a 1-1 draw back in 2018, around about it was Boxing Day 2018. Aubameyang on the score sheet for Arsenal, and Lugenda on the score sheet for Brighton. Arsenal actually drawn their last 5 away matches in the Premier League, and Brighton have actually failed to win their last 9 matches in the Premier League. So it's a 9-game winless run for Brighton. Goodness gracious me, that includes 4 draws in the past 5 games in all competitions, drawing against Wolves, against Sheffield United, Watford and West Ham, losing to Bournemouth and Palace in the last 6. Meanwhile, Arsenal in the last 5 games in all competitions, they suffered 1 defeat. That was that embarrassing one against Olympiacos at home. So they'll fancy their chances. Their form is decent. Obviously, they'll lose again against Manchester City midweek. The odds on this one, 9-4 for Brighton, 12-5 is the draw, 6-5 is the away win for the Gunners. Win for Arsenal, again, depending on what goes on midweek, they could potentially come into this 6th in the table, and they could potentially go as high as 5th if they get back-to-back wins this week. Tall order, big old ass, but realistically, I think a win for them could potentially see them up to 6th. A level on points with Wolves, but we'll have to wait and see. Brighton are in the moment in 15th. A win away from them could get them a little bit closer to safety. They are currently safe, but you know what I mean. There's a gap between 14th and 15th at the moment. So have a look at what you guys think before I reveal mine. If I can get over there to the chat side here. We're going to start with Mr. OP. P with a 2-1 win for the Gunners. Lenny plays with a 1-1 win for Arsenal. Bianca's doing a shout out. Anyone going to FanFest in April? Edgecombe with a 2-1 win for Arsenal. Mitchell Shone with a 2-2 draw. Tom Besser with a 2-1 win for Brighton. Wallace 7 with a 2-2 draw. Elgin Cow with a 2-1 win for the Gunners. Christian 0-4 with a 3-1 win for Leicester in the Nigel Pearson-Darwin. We talked about that. Russell Frost with a 3-1 win for the Gunners. Dominic Thomas with a 1-1 draw. Darren Warburton 3-0 win for the Gunners as well. Christian 0-4. 1-0 win for the Cherries. Ben Crediton with a 2-2 draw. Bianca Miller with a 2-0 win for the Gunners. Christian 0-4 with a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Not sure, depending on what Arsenal play like. Blah, 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 blah. It might nick it 1-0, but I don't think so. Arsenal will win 3-1. That's James Mullett with his breakdown. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-1 win for the Gunners, and Promise Fabian a 3-1 win as well. And Norwich versus us this Saturday might be postponed. That's Mitchell Shone giving us an update. And Kame with a 2-1 win for Brighton. Going for a shock there, perhaps. I think I went with the Gunners on this one. It might even be a draw. I can't really remember what I did. I did go with the draw. Sided with the draw. I think, yeah, Arsenal have been drawing games away from home. This will be another one. I think it'll be 6 on the bounce for Arsenal at the moment. But it'll keep their unbeaten run with Arteta, or will it? Because obviously they got Manchester City midweek. And speaking of City, they're up against them 6-finger freakazoids. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Count the fingers, Burnley. You got 6 of them. They take on Manchester City at the Etihad this week. For once, I want to see Manchester City win. I want to see them put 10 past them. Stick 10 past them, Manchester City. Do it. Do it for me. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between Manchester City and them 6-finger freakazoids are 5 wins for City, 1 draw, and 0 wins for Burnley. That's good. Let's keep it that way, Pep. They played at Turdmore earlier in the season. It was a 4-1 win for City. They smashed them. And the last time they played at the Etihad, it was a 5-0 win. They smashed them in the FA Cup back in 2019. So let's see more of that, please, Manchester City. Put 10 past them freakazoids. 28 wins at the last 33 home games for Manchester City heading into this. Burnley, though, actually undefeated in the last 7 matches in the Premier League. So this will be a tough order. They're doing well. And obviously, I want to see them relegated, but it ain't going to happen this year. Anyway, they're doing what Rovers did back in the 90s and the early noughts. They are just treading water in the Premier League, and you know, credit to them, really, as much as I hate to say it. Anyway, the odds 8-1 on for Manchester City, 7-1 is the draw, 20-1 is the win for Pep's counterpart, Ginger Mourinho, Sean Dyche. Anyway, a win for Burnley in 10th for the moment. They could go as high as 8th. Win for City could again strengthen their spot on 2nd spot. Currently 4th, it could be as high as 7th before kickoff, and again could be 10 after the end of this match day. Goodness me, it's all confusing. We're going to start with, on this butte, where are we? We're going to start with Mr. OP. P with a 1-0 win for City. This baby needs his evening feeding. Okay, see you later, Bianca. Thanks for the stop by. Mitchell Shone with a 1-0 win for Burnley. James Muller with a 4-0 win for the champs. Current champs, Wallace 7 with a 3-0 win for City. Eshka Samuel 2-2 in the end. Russell Frost 4-1 win for City. LG Cow's gone 4-0 win for the big boys over the banjo playing bongos. Yes, that's right. Lenny plays with a 3-1 win for City. Cushion 0-4. 3-0 win for City. Dominic Thomas 3-0 as well. Same scoreline for Shane O'Donnell. Promise Fabian with a 4-1 win for City. Darren Warburton with a 4-0 win for City as well. Tom Beresford, the ledge, 3-2 wins for City. SA with a 5-0 win for Manchester City over Burnley, and he's jumping ahead of the game there. Taking a look at the next ones. Orthodox Celts in the house. Respect to my brother there. I can read Russian, whatever he's typing. I know what he is. I'm going with a 3-0 win as well. Sporty Tatam. What do you predict? I'm predicting the show, brother. I'm predicting the show. So stop by and take a little look at it. So Manchester City 3-0 winners in my eyes, and again that'll do bits for them in 2nd spot. Next up we have the Toon. They're up against Sheffield United. Now this should be an interesting count. Obviously Sheffield United they are the surprise package, of course, in the Premier League heading into this, and I think Newcastle will give them a game. The last 6 encounters see 4 wins for the Geordies, 1 win for the Blades, and 1 draw along the way. They played at Bramallade earlier in the season, and actually Newcastle won 2-0. St. Maxim and John Joe Shelby on the score sheet for the Geordies. Heading into this, Newcastle have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 home matches, so they'll fancy the chances on this one. Heading into this, just 2 defeats in the past 6 games in all competitions for Newcastle, losing to Arsenal in the league quite heavily, and also Crystal Palace. But back-to-back wins for them in all competitions, beating West Brom in the Cup, and then Southampton at their place away from home. However, Sheffield United come into this looking very, very good. At least 5 games unbeaten. It could be more than that. So they'll fancy the chances once again. Bookmakers odds, 12-5 for the Toon. 21-10 is the draw. 5-4 is the away win. Now, Cal, respecting my brother. I'm liking it. That's what I'm talking about, boys and girls. Elgin Cow, you've just gone back up a notch again. Big shout out to my brother. That's it. My Edinburgh brother. That's right. I've got brothers everywhere. Yes, so a win for the Toon, who are in 13th spot. Could rise above 12th spot Everton, whereas Sheffield United are in 7th. They could go as high as 5th in the table if they are victorious. Let's take a look at it. We're going to start with Elgin Cow's gone with a 2-0 barnstormer for Sheffield United. He's gone away for it here. So we're going to start. Next up, we have SA with a, what's he gone? He's done them all. He's gone with a 0-0 draw. Got to go back up a little bit. Mr. OPP with a 2-1 win for the Blades. Mitchell Schoen with a 1-0 win for the Toon. Russell Frost, 2-1 win for Sheffield United. Tom Beresford, 3-1 win for the Blades. James Mullett has gone. Sheffield United, good run. He thinks it's a draw. Wallace 7 with a 2-1 win for the Toon. Dominic Thomas is going to have to bounce, but he'll stick his predictions later. Make sure you check him out down below. Dan Warburton's gone with a 1-0 win for the Blades. On this one. Promise Fabian with a 2-1 for the Toon. Orthodox Celt with a 2-1 for Sheffield United. Dominic Thomas with a 0-0 draw. Edgar Salmon with a 1-1 draw. K41's gone with a 1-0 win for the Blades. Christian 04 with a 2-1 win for Sheffield United. James Cardnell comes in the game. Welcome to the stream, brother, with a 2-0 win for the Blades. So a lot of you guys going for Sheffield United. I didn't see much support for the Geordies on this one. Promise Fabian's gone with the Geordies. I think I've sided with them. No, I didn't. I went with the Blades. I went with the 2-1 win in the end. And again, Sheffield United are causing all kinds of chaos. Talk too much, wrong advert. Hey, brother, I've got to mention everybody. I've got to give shout-outs to the gang here. They're here for the live show. If you don't like it, sorry, mute me then. Next up, what do we got next up? We have the Canaries up against Southampton. Let's get it on with this bad boy. Obviously, Canaries find themselves 20th in the spot, 20th in the table, currently in the old relegation zone, and they look dead and buried at the moment. Southampton are 14th. At the moment. See you later, Lenny Plays. Get your predictions on there and I'll catch up with you later. So the last 6 encounters between Norwich and Southampton have seen just the 1 win for Norwich, 4 wins for Southampton and 1 draw along the way. They played at St Mary's early in the season, around about December time. It was a 2-1 win for Southampton. Danny Ings on the score sheet, Ryan Bertrand as well. Pookie was on the score sheet for Norwich. The last time they played at Carrow was back in the FA Cup. It was a 2-2 draw. Van Dijk was on the score sheet for Southampton and Yoshinda as well. Stephen Whittaker and Stephen Naismith on the score sheet for Norwich. That was back in the FA Cup. The last time they played at Carrow Road in the league was back in 2016. 1-0 win for Norwich. Alexander Tete on the score sheet. However, heading into this, the bookmakers' odds on this son of a bitch is 70-10 for Norwich, 29-20 for Southampton. 5-2 is the draw. Norwich, if they are victorious, they could close in on Aston Villa, so just 1 point, depending on what goes on with them. However, Southampton come into this 14th of the table, 34 points on the board, a win away from 12th. That is Everton at the moment. What are you guys thinking about that sucker? We're going to start with, on this one, we're going to start with Luke Girling. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw. Mr. OPP with a 3-2 win for the Saints. Tom Beresford with a 2-1 win for Norwich. Wallace 7's gone the other way. 2-0 win for the Saints. Mitchell Schoen with a 1-0 win for Norwich. Luke Girling has actually gone 3-1 win for the Yellows. That's the Canaries. Elgin Cow with a 1-0 result for Norwich. Edgar Samuel with a 3-2 win. 5-goal barnstormer in favour of Southampton. K41 has gone with a 1-0 win for Norwich. Russell Frost with a 2-2 draw. James Muller with a 2-1 win for Southampton. Christian 04 has gone for Norwich. 1-0 winners. Shane O'Donnell with a 3-1 win. James Cardnell with a 2-1 win for the Saints. Dan Warburton's gone 5-goal barnstormer in favour of Southampton. And Orthodox Celt has gone with a 4-goal barnstormer in favour of Norwich. Goodness gracious me. It's a bit all over the place. Some going for Norwich, some going for Southampton. I'm actually going to start. I think I went with the draw on this one. No, I went with the Canaries. Goodness me, 2-0 winners. That's something out of nothing. And maybe, just maybe, Norwich can breathe life into their season before it's too late, because they need to start winning these games. These are very winnable games for them on the grand scheme of things. Southampton are not in that relegation 6-pointer zone, but that's definitely one they need to be thinking about winning. Next up, we have Aston Villa, who looked absolutely shit against Leicester on Monday night. They take on Chelsea, who put 4 past Everton on Sunday. So tough old boots for Aston Villa, and they look soulless at the moment. They look doomed and gloomed at the moment. So let's take a look at the last 6 encounters between Villa and Chelsea. The last time out was a 2-1 win for Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. That was back in December. In fact, the last 6 sees 5 wins for Chelsea, 1 win for Villa, no draws along the way. Aston Villa's last victory was back in 2014 at Villa Park. The one and only goal scorer on that day was Fabian Delph. Ramirez and Willian get themselves both sent off for Chelsea. Villa have actually lost their last 4 matches in the Premier League. Chelsea head into this on the back of just 1 defeat at the past 5 games in all competition. That was a defeat against Bayern at Stamford Bridge. They picked up results against Liverpool, obviously in the FA Cup, Everton not too long ago, and Tottenham in the league as well. Heading into this, the bookmakers' odds, they go 15-4 for Villa, 3-1 the draw, 4-6 on in favour of Chelsea. This is the late kickoff on Saturday. So what are we thinking about that puppy? What do we think about that puppy? I'll give you the odds. In fact, before I give you any more bits and pieces, Chelsea, if they're victorious, they could close the gap to Leicester to just 2 points in third spot. That would really open up this fourth place. It looked doomed. It looked settled. It looked all well and good for Leicester in third spot. But it's kind of gone a little bit wobbly for them. They did turn on the style against Villa last time out, but a couple more defeats and they could slip out the old Champions League spots. But anyway, what are you guys thinking about that? We're going to start with on this one, it is Tom Beresford. It's first up the blocks with a 6-1 win for a 7-goal Barnstable in favour of Chelsea. Mitchell Schoen, another patron with a 4-0 win for Chelsea. Mr. OPP with a 3-1 win for Chelsea. LG and Cow with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Aztec Marky V Mark, another patron in the house with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. Russell Frost with a 4-1 win for Chelsea. K41 with a 1-0 win for Villa. Edgeka Samuel with a 2-1 win for Villa. James Mullet's gone with a 4-1 win for Chelsea. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-0 win for Chelsea. Mitchell Schoen, what you doing? Put your money away, brother. Put your money away. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-0 win for Chelsea. James Cardinale with a 3-0 win for Chelsea. Darren Warburton's gone 5-0. Christian 04's gone 3-0. Mitchell Shoney put the money down. Oh, the hard cash. And Orthodox Celts with a 2-1 win for Villa. You're going to give me a heart attack. This is crazy. Crazy money. Crazy money, boys and girls. I'm rolling in it. No, I'm not. I do appreciate it. Very, 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 very much so. You guys are amazing. But the patrons are fantastic. And those little super chats they're rare for me. They're like gold. Rocking horse shit, that's what they are. Gold nuggets, and I do appreciate that. So a lot of guys going with Chelsea on that one. I'm going to go with Chelsea as well with a 4-goal win. 4-goal Barnstable, a 3-1 win in the end. Again, strengthening their spot in fourth at the moment. Next up, we have West Ham against Wolves. It's the battle of the W's, and Tom Beresford, the Patreon, is already in there. He's gone with a 1-1 draw, so let's take a closer look at the battle of the W's. The last 6 encounters between these two sides sees 2 wins for the Hammers, 3 wins for the Wolves, and 1 draw along the way. They did play in Molineux earlier in the season. It was a 2-0 win for Wolves. I'm trying to get to the goal scorers. My mouse is playing silly beggars. Dondonecker and Catrone before he got binned back off to Italy. He scored on that day. The last time they played at London, wherever it is, the new London Stadium. It was a 1-0 win for the Hammer for Wanderers as well. Adam Traore on the score sheet. That was back in September 2018. Wolves actually undefeated in their last 5 matches in the Premier League. But this is, I think West Ham have started to perform a little better than they have done in recent times. Obviously, come into this on the back of the defeat against Arsenal. They did beat Southampton. They were very close to ousting Liverpool not too long ago. Bookmakers' odds on this bad boy. Let's take a closer little look at it, shall we? This takes place on the Sunday. 9-5 for West Ham. 12-5 is draw. 29-20 is the away win. A win for West Ham in 16th. Could see them rise above Brighton in 15th. Everyone's trying to just get above Brighton at the moment. A win for Wolves in 6th. Could see them rise to 5th spot in the table, and that will be knocking on the door for Champions League football, which is what they've done. I know, Elgin Cow, I'm making the money, man. I don't believe it. So we're going to start with on this one. Tom Beresford got straight in there with a 1-1 draw. Mr. OPP with a 2-2 draw. K41 or 4-1's got with a 2-0 win for the Hammers. Russell Frost with a 2-1 win for Wolves. Mitchell Schoen with a 1-0 win for Wolves. James Mullet's gone with a 2-1 win for West Ham, I believe. Keith Adams with a 2-1 win for the Wolves. Aztec Mark, respect my brother, with a 2-0 win for Wolves. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-1 win for Wolves. Darren Warburton's gone with the Hammers 2-0 in the end. James Cardinale with a 2-1 win for Wolves. LG and Cal's gone with a 1-0 win for Nuno's boys. Christian 04 with a 0-0 draw. Edgeka Samuel with a 1-1 draw. Orthodox Celt with a 1-1 draw. Keith Adams with a 2-1 win for Wolves. And yes, James Mullet is obviously, Europa League games are coming thick and fast. It'll be a completely different environment. Obviously, Wolves playing. I think it's going to be behind closed doors. That's what I'm hearing for Wolves against Olympiacos. But it'll be, I think, not yet in the Premier League. Not yet. For this one, it's a tough one. This one, I am going to go with the Hammers. They have looked a little bit revived at the moment. Again, if they can get another win here, then maybe they'll alleviate those relegation fears. Next up, it's the Mourinho derby. That's right. It is Jose Mourinho's Spurs up against Manchester United. Obviously, formerly manager of the Red Devils. Didn't do really too much when he was there anyway. Anyway, the last 6 encounters between Spurs and United have seen 2 wins for Tottenham, 4 wins for United, 0 draws along the way. They did play at Old Trafford earlier in the season. I think Mourinho was in charge then. It was a 2-1 win for United. Rashford with the brace, Dele Alli as well on the score sheet for Tottenham. The last time they played at the Fancy Pants new stadium was a friendly. Don't really count about that, but the last time they played in the league in a proper game, it was a 1-0 win for United as well, with Rashford on the score sheet as well. The last time United suffered a defeat for Tottenham was the same season, 3-0 win at Old Trafford. So Yeah, I think United will fancy their chances. They've been playing well. They're on a nice little run themselves. Tottenham actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 home matches, but United are actually undefeated in the last 5 matches heading into this. So United picking up wins against City, obviously last time out. Derby in the Cup. Everton with the draw. Club Brugge 5-0 spanking, and they beat Watford as well at Old Trafford. Whereas Spurs, holy smokes, their form is absolutely terrible. They did, I think, hot off the press. They're either lost or they're losing to Leipzig 3-0 as we speak. They did draw with them 6-figure freakazoids. They lost to Norwich in the FA Cup on penalties. They lost to Wolves, they lost to Chelsea, and they lost to Leipzig as well. So their form is absolutely hideous. The bookmakers' odds on this one, they go with 11-5 for Tottenham, 12-5 is draw, 6-5 is the away win. Let's have a look at the table. Spurs are in 8th, a win away from going to 6th. United are in 5th. Potentially could go 4th if they were to win and Chelsea were to slip up against Aston. I don't see that happening, but that's how close it is at the moment. So what are we thinking about that bad boy? We're going to see. We'll have a little look at them. We're going to start with Tom Berson straight off the box with a 4-1 win for United. K41 with a 1-0 win for United. Mitchell Schoen with a 2-2 draw. Keith Adams 2-1 win for Spurs. Russell Foster's going with United 4-1 in the end. Aztec Mark with a 2-1 for Man United. Wisdom Odiase, cool name, with a 1-1 draw. Mr. OPP with a 3-0 win for United. When you're on your video, you put the thumbs up and rate people's score predictions. How do you get on there? What a 7! You've got to go with that. See, people put them in the live chat, and I see them, and then I like to interact with them live. But if you stick them down below in the comment section, the whole list, copy paste. I usually put the fixture list in the description, right next to that Patreon link. You know what I mean? And then you can copy paste that in there, put in the scores, and then submit. And then I'll take a little look at them on Sunday, prepare the show, and then you get in there. That's how you do it, boys. LG and Cal with a 2-2 draw. James Cardinal with a 2-0 for United. Keith Adams, get off the drugs, lad. The West Ham are not going to beat Wolves. Yes, they are. Sunshine. I don't know. Aztec Marky Mark. Nottingham's game owner has coronavirus. Ooh, interesting. Christian 0-4 with a 1-1 draw. Dan Walter with a 4-1 win for United. Shane O'Donnell with a 2-0 win for United. Keith Adams with a 2-1 for Spuds. Wallace 7th, 3-2 win for United. James Mullet's also gone 3-2 for United. Gregory Gregg, 3-1 win for United. I do hope Rovers make the playoffs as well. I love to see it myself. Edgar Samuel with a 2-2 draw, and just was the Champions League match shite. Yeah, they have been shite. James Mullet, 2-1 win for United. Orthodox Celts got 2-1 for Spurs. Keith Adams, 2-1 for Spurs. And we're already on to the Merseyside derby. That's right. So the majority of you guys, it appears to be going for United. It is the Mourinho derby. I've gone with a 2-1 win for United as well, and that will give them a big old boost, Ollie's boys, to strengthen their Champions League spots. Obviously coming into the back of this with that win over City. That's right, and we are going to end it with a bit of a barnstormer over in Liverpool in Merseyside. I'll do it in a Scouse accent for you, because I used to do that, and as a kid, used to make my dad old mad. He doesn't like the old Liverpools, man, but I'll give it to you anyway. So, yeah, we'll talk about this one then. Oh, shit, I haven't even got it on the old screen. I'll have to go bring it up. So just bear with me while I do this in a Liverpool accent. So Everton against Liverpool at Goodison Park is Ancelotti's. Is it his first time in the old Merseyside? Oh, bollocks to it. It's not working. I'll give you the bookies' odds on this one. So the bookies say 15-4 for Everton, 14-5 for the draw, 11-8 for the impending champions. That is Liverpool. My stupid computer. I've lost it. Anyway, for whatever reason, computers not let me do it. Not let me see the past 6. So give me a second while I take a little look at it. Just give me a second while I reboot. Not reboot, but stinking refresh. I can't say refresh. Okay, here we go. The last 6 encounters between these two sides, I've seen 0 wins for the Toffees, 4 wins for the Reds, and 2 draws along the way. They did play at the FA Cup early in the season. It was a 1-0 win for the Liverpool. Curtis Jones on the score sheet. They did play in the Cup in the Premier League as a 5-2 win for Liverpool with Origi, with the brace, Shaqiri, Wijnaldum and Mane on the score sheet, Michael Keane and Richarlison on the score sheet for Everton. Heading into this, Everton actually undefeated in the last 7 home matches in the Premier League, and Liverpool have actually won 19 of the last 20 matches in the Premier League as well. So yeah, that's about it. So the situation at the table, obviously Liverpool running away with it in the moment. Flying high. Everton, whether they 11th, I think, the old table, a win for them. Bloody hell, can't even see it. 12th from the table win for them, but they could go up to 9th in the table. Actually, shocking there. Anyway, let's take a look at what you guys are thinking. We're going to start with Mitchell Show with a 4-0 win for the Reds. Russell Frost 3-1 win for Liverpool. Mr. OPP with a 1-1 draw. Mickle Doom with a 1-1 draw. Tom Mercer 5-1 win for Liverpool. Christian 0-4 with a 5-goal barnstorming in favour of Everton. The wheels have come off Liverpool, perhaps. Darren Warburton with a 4-0 win for Liverpool. K41 with a 0-0 draw. Aztec Market with a 3-2 win. LG and Cow's gone with a 1-1 draw. James Cardinale with a 2-1 win for Liverpool. Shane O'Donnell 3-1 win as well. 1-0 win for Liverpool. That's James Mullet. Gregory Gregg with a 2-1 for the Toffees. And Orthodox Celts someone with a 2-2 draw. And Jonathan Dach is talking about Newcastle United. I am actually going to go with a Liverpool win as well. Only just though with a 2-1 win. Goodness gracious me. That was a bit of a barnstorming prediction session there, boys. But anyway, let's just say all these come on in. This is what the table would look like at the end of it. It will look like that. Liverpool leading the way, obviously, still 85 points on the board. I've included the Manchester City doubleheader. They'll be into second spot quite comfortably. 9 points clear of Leicester in third, Chelsea in fourth. United are in fifth. Down the bottom there, we have Norwich, Aston Villa, and Watford going down as it stands to the Championship. But of course, we're entering the final 8 games of the season. Still plenty to play for in the old Premier League. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash the subscribe. Plenty of videos on the channel. Make sure you check all them out. How long is Dak out for? He's out for the season and probably up until January 2021. He's out for a long time. Yeah, make sure you check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms in there. Twitter, Facebook, and of course, Patreon, boys and girls. I did reach number 10 of Patrons today. I'm trying to set the new goal for the end of the calendar year to get 20 or 25 patrons. So that's the new goal. So you could help me out by jumping on board for the price of a chocolate bar, a bottle of water, whatever you want to call it. But respect to the super chats today. That was a welcome surprise. I hardly ever see them, and when I do see them, it does put a big smile on my face. So do a big shout out to my patrons. Respect to my brothers, Russell Frost, No Good Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Aztec Marky B Mark, who's in the show, Constable 1976, Mitchell Shone is in the show, Cody Cole, Tom Beresford's in the show, and the new guy, Daniel Mellor. Big shout out to you all. Who do I think the next manager to get sacked in the Championship? That is a good flipping question. The next manager to get sacked, it could be Gary Monk. You know, Gary Monk, I think is or Gavin McCann. Those two guys, their form at the moment is actually free falling, and to Black White Army to win 2-1 on Saturday. Well, K41 Holtby is actually also out injured for a while as well. So when the injuries come, they've come like a flipping a rainstorm. We've lost a lot of key players, and for us to still be in the playoff race at this time is credit to Tony. Really, giving him the credit when credit's due. A lot of our major players are out, and we're still in the conversation. But anyway, that'll probably end very, very soon. Anyway, folks, I'll be back tomorrow. A lot earlier than today for the live show for the Championship. Until then, yeah, Woodgate could get binned off, but I think he's turned a corner for a minute as well. I'll see you all very, very soon. Be sure to bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe, check out the description, links to everything, including the fixture list. Be sure to. Lee Bowyer's doing a fantastic job. He'll be all right. I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, I'm out.